I've got another question I want to answer about or ask about what the initial sales team looked like. But you said something interesting in that you've had the opportunity to open up markets for American companies in other markets. So taking a American, product to the UK or EMEA or Europe. I'm curious your perspective on having gone through it with Canva as a local, opening up the local office. Do you have an opinion on, which one works better? If there is an advantage to, say, if you're coming into America, hiring an American versus hiring or taking an American and having them go sell to, the UK market?
Yeah, no, I think there's a lot to what you just asked there. I do think you need to lean on a local whenever you're thinking about tackling a new market. I think that's something that I highly recommend. I mean, every time that we opened up new markets or new offices, we would hire somebody in market who had, kind of really a good understanding of how to build and set up that kind of, it's a initial groundswell. So in my past, we hired an MD in EMEA, a gentleman that I've worked with a few times, and it was fun to actually, work with this person because they could come in and help us navigate some of just the nuances to get things started. So kind of the inverse of me, I would hire a me, in those new markets as you're going into them there. But then I'd also heavily seed and support, with folks from North America. So we created a rotation of some of our best sellers and gave them the ability to go over and help with hiring, help with onboarding, help with, kind of getting the, initial practices and things up and running. And so you get that good mix of, someone who knows the area and understands the region and understands some of the pitfalls and traps that you could, kind of find yourself in, while enabling them with someone who understands the company and the culture and the things that they want to build. And I think, getting those things right together is really important, because I think if you pick one or the other, right, you over-index in ways that might kind of make this more challenged, right? If you sent a whole pack of, North Americans to Australia to open up an office, I think that might not land as well, right? And, vice versa. So I think it's important to have the right elements of culture, that's crossing over from office to office, process and understanding of the product, that's going from office to office, as well as bringing in a regional expert when it makes sense.